his words, and when he had the Revenue Secretary and the Economic Secretary to clarify on the budget, he did not pull his punches. Bajaj questioned them on the retrospective tax and why the government has not done enough to bury the issue. Not just that, Ajay Singh of SpiceJet also questioned the government over higher taxes for aviation turbine fuel. Here are some moments when sparks were really flying.
Now, I have not understood what you have said in the budget. I know that future you won't do it. Fine, I accept that word of the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister. Who else needs to say that? But क्या बोलते हैं आप? Our other appeals, I'm not talking into of that. But a case of Vodafone, what I have understood, please clarify, Mr. Das and Mr. Arya. Settlement करो, penalty नहीं दो, interest मत दो, basic amount दे दो. अरे उसी में तो झगड़ा है. किस बात के लिए देते हजारों करोड़ रुपया? हम केस जीत गए, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जीत गए, उसका उल्टा करते आप. चिदम्बरम साहब ने करवाया, आईटीसी का भी उन्होंने करवाया. तो आपने सेटलमेंट, या तो मैं समझा नहीं, आई हैव नॉट हैड टाइम टू स्टडी दैट. आई रीड दैट कि रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव ने एफएम ने बोला भी कि वी गिविंग एवरीबॉडी अ चांस टू सेटल. आई रिपीट, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग द अदर थिंग्स वेयर आई हैव माय व्यूज, बट रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली I will save penalty and interest when the whole question is, if I am Vodafone, I said you had no right to tax me. Okay. And these are thousands of crores. So what have you done?
Mr. Adya, Mr. Das, let me throw that across to you, sir, on this settlement option that you've put forward.
Number one, yes, they won the case in Supreme Court, but then the sovereign government has got a power to impose any tax retrospectively. That power was used by the government at that time in 2012, and that amendment was brought. Having inherited this situation in July 2014 itself, this government had made their position very, very clear. They said that we as government are not going to get into retrospective amendments of this kind in future, but the existing cases for which tax notices have gone already, in connection with that retrospective amendment, they will continue to exist, and the legal process will take care of it. So that is what was the statement made in July 14 also.
This doesn't appear the answer, Mr. Arya, a democratic process. Government ने decide कर लिया. अरे government हमारी है. हमने उनको elect किया, उन्होंने आपको रखा है अपनी जगह पे. So हम सब मानते हैं, आप मानते हैं, गलती किया था पहले की गवर्नमेंट ने. ठीक करिए उसको.
Aviation turbine fuel, which accounts for about 40% of our cost, is the most expensive in India globally. If you look at all countries in the world, India has the most expensive aviation turbine fuel in the world. Now, this budget has increased the excise on aviation turbine fuel from 8 to 14%, thus making it even more expensive than it is today. Now, the stated policy of this government, the civil aviation policy, is to make flying more affordable and civil aviation cheaper in terms of cost. So I would just like to understand why we continue to treat flying and civil aviation as a sin product. So it's like, you tax tobacco, you tax luxury cars, and you also tax flying. So why is that happening, and what is the logic behind this?
Can I reply to that?
Yes, please.
Well, it's not considered as a seen product. On the contrary, let me give you the comparison of how much excise duty we are charging on petrol and diesel. On a price of 45 rupees per litre of diesel in Delhi, there is a tax of 20 rupees, which is almost 45 to 50% of excise duty. Now, as against that, there is a civil aviation sector. There is a lot of reduction in the crude oil price, and there is definitely a scope for putting more tax there. Why should we not? So from 8% to 14% is not much.
Okay, so that's the government's justification of hiking the tax on aviation turbine fuel.